You're listening to the OMG Hour.
All right, welcome to episode number 337 of the OMG Hour. We are your openly mutagenic genomes, and I, of course, am Sean Evans, otherwise known as Zion
Oh, so you're just getting everybody used to my delay? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, that's exactly what's happening here.
And I am Tico, Mr. Second Place, here bright and early on a Saturday morning, ready to talk about stuff.
Whose fault is it we're doing it? Oh, so first of all, yes, Saturday morning, thank you. It's August 10th, 2010. Yeah, it is 10th. Yeah, it's August. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
2019. We are streaming... surprisingly, we're streaming live from my hotel room in Lafayette, Indiana.
Yes.
I did not expect the free Wi-Fi at the hotel to have better uploads than at home. So,
well, I will tell you this. I also didn't expect that. So
I was fully expecting you and I to just record it and then I would upload it later, but geez, the upload speeds here are pretty incredible for a free Wi-Fi network in a hotel. Like,
yeah,
okay. So
well,
I guess
mean,
we're going live.
if it's a business hotel, then perhaps they have they need to keep their speeds at a reasonable rate in order to be able to keep their business people happy.
Well, it could be because this is like it's one of those suites. So I've got like a kitchen back here, and I've got a living room, which is where I am, and then behind me there's like a separate bedroom and walk-through bathroom and shower area, and it's actually a pretty big suite.
And a bowling alley just past the foyer.
Yeah. I mean, we got
wine cellar, of course.
The wine cellar. The swimming pool is just off the living room here. Yeah, exactly. It's just a small room.
Yeah, I'm actually a little disappointed they didn't put you up in a nicer room.
Don't forget. Yeah, don't forget the aquarium right off the kitchen here. So that's.
Yeah, I mean, in the nice rooms, the aquarium's off the bedroom.
Well, that way, you've got the fish to lull you to sleep, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're trained fish that sing songs to you.
I didn't feel like paying for that upgrade fee. it just wasn't worth the upgrade price.
I don't know about that.
But anyway, here we are. This is a bit of a randomness this week. We have a show notes going on, but not a whole lot was going on this week. I of course was planning to play some new games that I have on my Switch, so I could talk about them today. But Tico, guess what I forgot to pack when I left home.
Did you forget to pack it, or did you pack it and then your daughters took it out of your luggage?
No, it's still sitting in the cradle charging, and I completely forgot to go grab it the night before and put it in my luggage.
Oh, see, that sucks when you're gone that long.
12 days, my friend. I am gone for 12 days.
12 days.
To the point where we'll be doing another show next week, also from this hotel room. That's how long I'm gone. And I've been here since Tuesday. And
so you'll be discussing, all of the nothing you've played.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I'm going to do is today, because today and tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, I'm not heading into the plant, so I'm literally sitting in a hotel room all day long. I'm not even sure what there is to do in this city, so I may just, crack open Steam and see if there's anything I haven't played on Steam in a while, because I can't seem to get connected to my PS4 either, so...
Well, if you have the Ultimate Game Pass for Microsoft, you get access to the PC stuff on there, too.
That is true. That is very true. I should do that.
Yes, you can get Forza Horizons is on there. The Shadow of Mordor is on there. There's some good stuff on the Steam thing.
I may have to do that, then. Looks like your video froze here. Let me refresh it for a second. Oh.
What?
Oh, your video's... Oh, there it is.
What? Oh, okay, there I am. That's better.
Oh, look at you. Your voice caught up to your video.
That's weird.
Okay, so can we talk about what happened? So, last week we were talking about how your video and your voice were delayed.
Yes.
And it actually, I don't know what's going on with your video now. Your upload has dropped again, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I have crappy internet here. This is not a fancy hotel.
Well, you should be in a fancy hotel.
I should. I should just like check into a hotel for show nights now.
Right. Oh my gosh, your video. I have no video from you right now.
Yeah, I'm just. It's what it is.
I think your computer is just dying.
It could be. It very well could be. I probably need a new computer, which I can now buy a new one because I now have a job again. So
right, you just accepted a job offer.
I accepted a job offer yesterday, so it worked out really nicely. I got to take the summer off on my severance package.
Very nice.
So I had the entire summer off, and then I got a lovely little 25% pay bump in what I was making before with the new job. So,
well, congratulations.
Thank you. And
when do you start?
I don't know. Monday.
Oh, that's that quickly?
I don't know. I signed all the papers and sent everything in yesterday, so I'll touch base with them Monday in regards to my start dates and training plans and where I'm going to be and stuff like that. My guess is I probably start Wednesday, Thursday.
All right, fair enough. So last week, after all the issues, you decided to just reboot your router.
Yeah,
and it turns out that was the problem for the last month. I think your router just kind of got into some weird,
it's
funky state.
Too much bits went into it, and they're stuck. And so then
the bits. It's like clogging the arteries.
It's like your dryer filter. Every once in a while I have to pull out the dryer filter, clean out all the lint. That's what happened with that. I had to pull out all the internet lint.
That's right, the bit lint.
Yeah, the bit lint from the router. So I'm rebooting this thing once a week now before the show. It has not helped today, apparently.
Apparently not, but whatever. So you did play some games this week, but
I did.
Because I'm away, you didn't think I'd be able to get your footage, but let's talk about your games anyway.
Well, I mean, part of it, like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, I've been playing on the Switch. I'm still really enjoying that, unlocking more and more characters and just having fun with that. There's no footage to be had on that because it is the Switch. And I haven't figured out how to capture that yet.
Well, not easy. Not easy.
I'm sure there's a way.
Well, there is, because I can do it. Because you need a capture like a HDMI capture device that you would.
Or I just have to play and hold my phone, and record.
No.
In any case, no footage of that, but still really enjoying that game. That you would probably really love having a Switch in that game to play right now.
Yeah, I'd very much like a Switch right now.
Yeah, so having fun with that. Assassin's Creed Odyssey dropped their last Tale of Greece. That is currently the last announced one, at least. I don't know if they will have any more pieces. I know that they're going to get their what is it, the story, the history mode or whatever they called it,
the tour mode. The
tour mode, they're going to be adding that at some point, but I am currently at 100% completion again. I've finished all of the available achievements that they currently have.
Well, that's all of them now. Like there are no more achievements left in what has dropped.
Correct. So I am at a 100%. Now, somebody when they dropped it, I saw something on Twitter that somebody said, "Oh, is this really the last one, or is there more coming?" And the Assassin's Creed official Twitter account said, "We'll see," with a winky eye thing.
Okay.
So maybe they have some more Tales of Greece. I will say this: it's adding some story, but this piece of DLC was just a lot of fetch quests and stuff. There was I don't recall there even being any combat.
Oh, really? It was just an ending. Wasn't it every story must come to an end? Wasn't that the name of it?
Yeah, it was like, yeah, you meet up with an old flame and help her with her son and stuff like that.
Okay.
There may have been a little bit of combat. I may have killed a wolf. I don't know. I think there may have been
Kill those wolves.
One wolf to kill or whatever it was.
So is that the opposite of One Life to Live?
Yeah, one wolf to kill. Yes,
yeah.
That's the. It's the secret. The sequel. It's a
the
sequel.
sequel.
The sequel.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
It was okay. I mean, I think that if I was playing this as with all of the rest of the stuff, like this releasing on its own was a little disappointing.
Yeah, I can see that.
I went back in expecting more adventure, and it was really like a couple of fetch quests and killed one wolf. And like when you go back into a game like that, you're like, I want more oomph to it.
Yeah.
But I am happy. I am now at 100% completion again on that. This is the last two games that I have the full completion on Origins and Odyssey. I have full completions on both of those.
I still haven't gone back into Odyssey. Well, I haven't played much console stuff, but I don't know. I can't seem to make myself go back to Hades to finish that. It's just so boring and drab.
Yeah, well, if you're going for all the achievements, then it makes it a little bit easier to force your way through that.
I know, but we'll see.
So,
Maybe.
and then I also picked up A Plague Tale. I remember you had talked very highly about this.
Really enjoy that game.
And so I had picked this up a while ago and forgotten that I had picked it up.
Of course you did, because you're just pressing buttons.
It was on sale. It was on sale, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's about the price point. So I ended up picking it up. It was about half price or something like that.
I have to ask you, before you talk about your experience with the game, how often have you pressed buttons and then actually forgot you bought a game?
Well, to give you an idea, I was going through my games list yesterday, because I'm in one of those contests again, where you have to get gamer score for, and I'm like, okay, well, let's go through, and I found 5 games that I had purchased and never started.
Wow.
Wow. And like some of these are like $4 or $5 games and stuff like that. Like, they're not expensive games. Some of them are Game Pass titles that I downloaded that I just never started actually playing. Okay. Because what happens a lot of times, I'll go like Tuesday at like midnight, and I'll look and see what the sales are, and I'll buy stuff, and then leave it downloading for the next day, and then forget that I had downloaded it.
Good. All right.
So, anyways, I started A Plague Tale and absolutely love the story in this. It is really good. The gameplay itself is very strategic gameplay. Like it's a lot of figuring out patterns. I got to go this way, then here, and then do this. I gotta shoot this guy with
and it's very stealth oriented, really.
Yeah.
And that's what I really like about it, because you're a sister. You're a little girl who's trying to help her brother escape the Crusaders, and it's not like she's a warrior.
No,
right? She's just escaping, and she has to get through these places without being caught.
Yeah, and there's once you're seen, like it's like you're not fast enough to outrun these soldiers. You're not you're not going to get away. No. For the most part, like you need to figure out the strategy. Okay, you have to sit there. Okay, here I'm in this section. I know I need to get to here. There's rats over there. There's a guy over there. There's so like what do I have to do in order to get this? I can see I can sneak to there, and then I can get this to sneak through here. Or maybe if I take out this guy's light, then the rats will eat him, and then I can sneak past. And it's really interesting to sort of figure out like each piece of the puzzle. How do you get from one section to the next? And I really have been enjoying that so far. I'm on chapter 10, I think now. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. So I'm, and it's. I think you might be a bit further than I am. I can't remember where I was when I last played it. It's really good. I remember we talked actually about the one piece where I had gotten stuck. I think chapter 4 or 5, where the autosave kept loading me beside an enemy, and not realizing that I could fight him because I'd gone throughout the entire thing. Like I did not realizing you could actually hit him with a thing, but it kept spawning me right beside this guy, and it would spawn me, and like he'd be, hey you, and then he'd come and attack me and kill me as I'm trying to run away, and then it would spawn me beside him again, and I didn't realize, you can actually hit him in the head with a rock, and I finally got past him. How did you get that far without killing anyone? I guess that's early on still. It's 4 or 5. It's like there's Yeah, I don't think that there's like you don't actually have to.
Well, there
take
is
anybody out.
You do, because there's that sort of boss guy at the church.
Right, but that's more of a like the dodge and whatever, like that one there, like they sort of tell you that that's what you have to do, whereas this one here I'm looking for some way of taking this guy, because I'm looking for some way of luring him into rats or something like that. But
yeah, just use your slingshot and hit him in the head.
Yeah, so after that I realized anytime somebody isn't wearing a helmet, then yeah.
Well, the helmet just takes 2 shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. First helmet knocks it off, second one it kills them. Especially if you upgrade your slingshot to instant head kill.
Yeah.
Then it's good.
Oh, okay. I've been doing the thing where you hit them with the heated oil or something like that with the helmet, and then they have to take it off, and then you hit them in the head after that.
Yes, there's that too.
So I went through. There was the one little forest part where you have to get from one end to the other, and I took out every single guy.
Yeah, so I think I did too.
I'm like, it's like I said, like this guy. He's way over there. I'm like, and I'm going after him anyways.
Yep, I did the same thing.
So.
It's a fun game. That's a fun game.
Yeah, really enjoying that. Gonna play a little bit more of that this weekend before I get into actually having to work for a living again, and maybe possibly cutting down on my gaming time. I don't know. We'll see. Probably not.
Hopefully not.
Probably not. Hopefully. But hey, I'll have more money for button pressing. So
true. I guess the question is your new position going to interfere with recording the show on Fridays? We'll have to see.
It shouldn't be an issue. It's a area management role again, so I should not have any issue. It's sort of a set your own schedule. So I just set my Fridays, for our recording time as not available to be bothered. And
use some of that newfound fortune to get yourself a new computer, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking I might just do that.
Yeah, because your stream is not good today at all.
Your stream's not good today.
My stream's perfect. I'm watching it. It's great.
Whatever. All right. So, what do you want to talk about today, Sean? What of all of these wonderful news options should we discuss?
That you found so conveniently for us this week?
Yes. Well, you're in Indiana. They don't have news in Indiana.
There's no news in Indiana. No. I mean, actually, where I am every day, I have no access to the internet. So. I can't do anything even while I'm eating lunch. But a couple of news items you found, which I'm not even surprised about. Microsoft is trying to patent basically these controllers that can attach to the side of your phone for the Xbox Cloud.
Yeah, so this is a very similar look to the Nintendo Switch, where these two.
Well, it's not even the same look, and it's also the same look as. Do you remember that device I reviewed on the show? Got to be a year and a half ago now. That was the same idea. It opens up and attaches to the side of your phone, like a game pad or something. I can't remember the name of it offhand, but this is a very similar idea. That was before the Switch even came out.
Yeah,
I had one of those. So I can't see how Xbox is going to patent something essentially that already exists. And if I'm being honest, I'd rather have an actual controller that can hold the phone in front of it, like above it.
Yeah.
Like what they've already shown in some of the demos. That's what I'd rather have, because then you've got an actual Xbox controller in your hand.
Yeah, and this is really comfortable. Like I have found it playing because I have been playing the Switch a lot. And I'm playing not on the TV. That is not overly comfortable to hold the whole thing like that on it for a long period of time.
On the Switch, no, I agree. That's not a comfortable thing to play for lengthy periods of time. I would rather have an actual controller in my hand.
Yeah. But I am excited about the concept of them really focusing hard on this cloud gaming to allow me to play all of my titles on the go.
Yes. Oh, the Xbox Cloud?
Yeah.
I'd like to know more about it. I mean, obviously, this is their answer to Stadia. But the question is, are they going to have it before Stadia comes out? I don't think so, because we've heard nothing more about it.
No, this is just a patent application.
These controllers are. That has nothing to do with Xbox Cloud.
Oh yeah.
Itself, the controller is a patent, which honestly I don't see how that could go through because it's not a product that doesn't already exist.
They may be patenting like certain portions of it that may be proprietary.
It could be
not necessarily the controller portions, but like some like other portion of the thing. I don't know. We'll see where they're going to go with that.
Maybe with how it communicates to the phone. I don't know.
Yeah.
But again, I wonder about Xbox Cloud itself because we've heard a little bit about it, but not a lot. All we know is it's coming. We don't know when. We don't know how it's going to work. We don't know if it is our library of games that we have access to. Is it going to be a separate subscription thing like Stadia? We don't know anything about it, and I'd like to know more about it. I mean, obviously, this is going to be a competitor to Stadia.
Yes. Yeah, and I would like to have it. I mean, I have a very large library of games that clearly I don't get to play enough. So if I could bring this on the go with me and then catch up on some gaming, it'd be very helpful.
Yes. How often are you on the go that you want to play video games, though?
Well, I mean, I have to wait for Shannon and Leah all the time for after school and after work. And I'll get there like half an hour early sometimes, and it'd be like, okay, well, I'm bored. I want to do something. And so now it's like watching YouTube or Netflix while I wait, but I could play some games while I'm waiting if it strikes me to do so. You
could do some more button pressing?
I could.
Yeah.
I could. I should. I might.
And Microsoft is also promising, so Phil Spencer has promised that more single-player games are heading to Xbox. Now, what was the situation behind this quote?
Well, I think that there's been a lot of focus on the multiplayer recently,
and it's funny this article comes out now because it was literally this week that I was thinking to myself, just looking at the state of games in general and the state of gaming, not games. State of gaming is with Twitch and Mixer and all them, and I'm thinking, what, all of these famous YouTubers or famous Mixers or Twitchers, Twitch streamers,
who's really been successful it's
all multiplayer gaming, all of it. That seems to be multiplayer gaming. Seems to be what people want to watch someone playing. Because you and I were discussing this earlier this week that really. These games they've become like sports games. We were talking about I don't understand how Ninja can do what he does day after day, 8 hours a day. And then we're like, but it's no different than a football player who just plays the game of football every day, all the time.
And practice football. It's not like he's going out there and like, I'm going to play some hockey today.
Right. No, he plays football.
To switch it up.
Right.
No, he's going out there. That's his job. And he treats it like that. He goes out.
And that's what these games are. These games are they literally are esports, where it is a match, and then when you're done the match, you do another one. And it's the same thing over and over again. Maybe it's a different map, but you still have the strategies, and you have your way of playing, and there's all these factors involved. It's literally sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen guys on these competitive teams getting traded.
On the esports teams? Yeah.
Esports teams, there's guys that are getting traded from one esports team to another esports team. They're signing big contracts. I'm actually quite happy to hear this news that single player is not.
So am I.
An afterthought. I am terrible at multiplayer games. Even and we've seen games in the past like Call of Duty where they've foregone their single player campaign and just done a multiplayer game because that's what they feel they need to do to compete. And I'm glad to be seeing something. I know we have a few coming up. Control is out at the end of this month. Which is
Man of Meridian.
The Jedi Fallen Order. We've got some good single-player experiences coming, and I hope to see more of those. I like the story, particularly after playing like a Plague Tale. Like I really enjoy having that story involved in a game, and not just like, oh, here's a bunch of a bunch of stuff to do in a game. Like I like having a story involved and getting getting involved in a game. Like I played a Plague Tale every day this week just because I'm enjoying the story of it.
Right. Yeah. And I've come to realize that the nature of multiplayer games being essentially sports is, I think, what turns me off from them. Because I'm not a sports person. But see, there's the difference, though. You are a sports person.
I am a sports person.
But you still don't really enjoy multiplayer gaming.
No, I don't. And
again, it's probably just comes down to skill level, right?
I think it could be like sports. The sports I enjoy are the sports that I play. Like I'm not a huge hockey fan. I don't play hockey. I don't watch a ton of hockey for that reason. But basketball and football and baseball, I do enjoy watching because I play those, and so maybe it's because I feel that like these multiplayer games are not games that I play because I'm terrible at them. Like I don't really get involved with it. So therefore, like the idea of watching somebody play these games,
and even trying to get into those games now, it's so dominated by the younger crowd who are really good at it. Yeah. That it's even hard to get into those games now, even if you wanted to. That's what I feel.
Yeah, there's not, when you hop into a game, there, like these are like 1 versus 100 games and stuff like that, where you're going to be in there with like, even if there's other newbies in there, there's going to be, 30 or 40, veteran players in your match.
And yeah, there's no, like, you don't even have a chance.
Like the last time I played PUBG, it was like a 15-minute match, and I spent 14 of those minutes looking for somebody else to shoot at. And then I found somebody, and I unloaded an automatic rifle at him, and then he hit me in the face with a frying pan and killed me.
Of course.
Like I don't know. I'm bad at them. Like I fully admit that. But it was like for me, like running around, go, where is somebody? I'm just running around this big map trying to figure out where somebody is, and then getting killed by a frying pan by somebody who's way better at dodging than I am.
Yep. No, I agree. I mean, I have become way better at first-person shooters than I was like 10 years ago because of games such as Destiny, for example. So I enjoy playing those games, but I'm certainly nowhere near as quick as someone who plays that every day, all day. And like, even when I play the multiplayer, in Destiny, I'm nowhere near as good as the people in there. I can see somebody, I can shoot at them, and for some reason I'm hitting them, but then they just go boom, and I'm dead. I'm like, what just happened? How did they kill me in 1 or 2 shots? And I'm like loading into them, and nothing's happening. What am I doing wrong? I don't know. It makes no sense to me at all.
I don't mind as much the games like Destiny that are multiplayer games, but PvE, like your group.
I'm talking about the PvP part.
Yeah, the PvP part is no fun.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's like, how did I just shoot you for 30 seconds? Well, I'm exaggerating, but you know what I'm saying. And then you just turn around and shoot me, and I'm dead. Like, what just happened?
Like you've just unloaded a full clip in their direction, and then they take one shot, and you're respawning.
Yep, exactly. And that's what happens when I play a PvP game.
Yes.
So, I'll never forget the Call of Duty. The time I tried to play PvP Call of Duty, and I would be sniped from my spawn point.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even have a chance to move. I'm not even kidding. 5 times in a row, I spawned and was immediately killed. And I'm like, how is this fun for anyone? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah, it is not pleasant. But, no. Single player.
But you know what?
Lots of single player coming, and I'm excited about those.
Yeah. So, I think we should probably move on. We got some Lone Wolf to do as well.
Lone Wolf.
Lone Wolf. Let's do a couple of Lone Wolves since I'm not at home. I don't have access to any of my other stuff. So let's go ahead and do some more Lone Wolves.
So I've got 4 or 5 different potential categories here, and you tell me which one we're going to start with. So
I want to start with your video catching up. Can we do that?
No. No. It's not going to happen. Deal with it. All right. We have an option of Batman villains.
Ooh, I like that one.
Candy slogans.
Ooh, okay.
Classic board games. Halloween villains. Cartoon catchphrases. Netflix originals. One-hit wonders. Movies cut short.
Okay, so let's go with Batman villains.
All right.
And let's do classic board games.
Okay. Well, we'll get that one ready. I won't look at it yet because otherwise I know the question. All right, Batman villains.
All right, so if you're playing along with us, get your pen, get your paper, and write 1 through 5 down the side as well as tie, and play along. So what is the question? And so this is Batman villains, right?
Batman villains. All right. Okay. Name the actor or actress that played the following Batman villains.
Oh boy, here we go. Actor and actors' names. So Tico will win this one.
Maybe. My brain has been only half functioning lately.
Your video is only half functioning.
Well, that's true. The Joker in The Dark Knight.
Okay. Got it. Go for it. What's the next one? All right.
The Riddler in Batman Forever.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't even have to say which movie.
Poison Ivy in Batman and Robin.
I think this is right. Okay.
All right. Penguin in Batman Returns.
I think this is right as well.
All right. Bane.
I don't know if anyone can hear me typing, but I don't have pen and paper. I left the pen and paper over there. So Bane. Oh
Bane
my gosh.
In The Dark Knight Rises.
Why can't I never remember his name?
I don't know.
We had this trouble. We were trying to remember his name when we played this game, and it was for some other question.
It was for something else that he'd been in.
And I can't remember. Mike, I know who it is. And I can't remember his name. Oh, goodness. Can I say... I don't know. I cannot think of his... I know what other movies he's been in, too. All right, what's the tiebreaker?
The tiebreaker. How much did Batman Begins gross at the box office?
Batman Begins?
Yeah.
I don't know. Batman Begins.
Yeah, I don't know that one either. I'm just writing a random number.
And I'm still trying to think of Bane's, the actor's name, and I'm pretty sure I got his first name, and I cannot think of his last name.
I'll tell you what, if you can get his first name and name me another movie he's been in.
Of course. I can tell you exactly who it is. I just can't think of his last name.
All right, if you can get his I'll give you credit for it if you give me his first name
and another movie he's been in. All right. So number 1, Joker was Heath Ledger.
The Joker was Heath Ledger, correct.
The Riddler was Jim Carrey.
Yep, correct.
Poison Ivy was Uma Thurman.
Correct.
Danny DeVito was the Penguin.
Danny DeVito was the Penguin.
And Tom from Mad Max was Bane.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. See? I knew it was Tom, and I knew he's from Mad Max, and I believe he was also in a Star Trek film. And then the tiebreaker. So did you get all of those as well?
I also got all of those, yes.
Okay, so then the tiebreaker is, I'm saying 150 mil.
So I had said 112 million.
Okay.
And it was 374 million. So you actually won.
Way higher than I thought.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know. I'm going through and I'm like, The first one, I know it did well, but I don't think it was like...
It's certainly not by today's standards, where we're talking billions now.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we're talking, that was 20 years ago, I think.
God, we're old.
Right. Okay, so then the next one is what? Classic?
Classic board games.
All right, so let me just write down 1 through 5.
All right.
And then a tiebreaker. All right, what is the question for classic board games?
Name the board game based on its tagline.
All right. Do it.
All right. The original trivia game.
Okay. Got it.
All right. The game of global domination.
Okay.
The game that ties you up in knots.
Okay.
The game of unspeakable fun.
Okay.
I don't know that one. The game of sweet revenge.
All right, I think I know that one. And what's the tiebreaker?
I made a guess at number 4.
Oh, okay.
And the tiebreaker, in U.S. dollars, how much did the inventor of Operation sell the game rights to Milton Bradley for in 1964?
Sorry, in U.S. dollars, how much did he sell it for?
Yeah, the game rights.
To Operation in what year? 1964?
1964. I have a number written down. It is probably way wrong, but I have written it down anyways.
I have no clue. I'm literally just writing a number. Yes. Okay, so
all right.
Number 1, the original what?
The original trivia game.
Is that Trivial Pursuit?
Trivial Pursuit is correct, and that is also what I got.
All right, number 2, the global domination, I believe, is Risk.
Risk is correct, and that is also what I got.
Tying you up in knots, that would be Twister.
That would be Twister, also what I got.
Unspeakable fun is Taboo.
That is correct. I wrote down charades.
See, and that makes sense too, because you can't speak in charades, right?
Yeah, and you know what I was thinking? I was thinking of that one where you have to stick that stupid thing in your mouth, the dental dam thing in your mouth, and
that's
do that.
Not,
but that's in a classic game, so I'm like, okay,
exactly.
so that's it.
And then Sweet Revenge, I believe, is Candyland.
No.
Oh.
Sorry. The answer, which I got, is Sorry.
Sorry. Sweet Revenge is Sorry? That doesn't make sense. It makes sense for Candyland. Come on.
Because you're I don't remember how to play it, but I know that is the you're constantly saying sorry to people.
Oh, I know, but Sweet Revenge? Anyway.
Well, that's regular revenge.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And now, so we both got 4.
Yes, we did.
So the tiebreaker is going to come into play. So what was your tiebreaker number?
I wrote 100,000.
Okay. So I wrote 2,000.
Oh, what's the answer?
$500.
What?
Yeah, well, think of 1964. Board games were not big, and the inventors of these things are just throwing together stuff and trying to get them.
You're right. 100 grand would have been like a lot of money back then. But
back then, that would have been like $500,000 you're giving a guy because he created a board game and has no way of producing it on his own, right?
$500. That's ridiculous. Wow. All right, so I got one, you got one.
Yeah, so we tied this week.
Nicely done. Oh man, $500.
I knew it was a low number for that, and so I'm like, I'm gonna guess low, but I don't want to go too low. I was actually going to put down like $200. I actually wrote down 200, and I'm like, I'm just gonna add a 0.
Hey, whatever you were downloading is done because your video is totally caught up now.
Leah must have gone upstairs then.
See, and she was on an Xbox, right?
She was on an Xbox.
Yeah, see? I told you, the Xbox hogs your bandwidth.
Listen, the options we have are slow bandwidth while she's watching Xbox, or she turns off that and then plays that stupid piano that she got for her birthday.
Or comes in on the show.
Or, yeah. you know, and we don't want to lose to her in a game of Lone Wolf because that would be embarrassing.
Fair enough. Well, let's move on to some television and movies. So, of course, this week I've been here in this hotel room.
At hotel room?
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of television at night. So I ended up starting Black Lightning. Because
now that he's been announced as included in the Arrowverse.
Yes.
For the Crisis.
Yeah, so the Crisis on Infinite Earths Arrowverse crossover this year is going to be massive. Like, we've had a lot of news over the last week of who's going to join. I mean, Michael Rosenbaum apparently is going to reprise his role as Lex Luthor in a cameo from Smallville. I've heard they're talking to Tom Welling to get him to reprise Clark Kent. And now we've got word that Black Lightning will be part of the crossover. So right up through this whole time, they've basically said no, Black Lightning is not on Earth 1. It's not Earth 38. It's just Black Lightning is the Black Lightning universe, and they are unaware of any of the other Earths that are in the multiverse.
For now.
Exactly. So now, of course, and I said it last year, you know, when that crossover ended, that this year, if they're going to do Crisis on Infinite Earths, this is the prime opportune time to bring both Black Lightning and Supergirl into the same Earth as Flash, Arrow, and Legends, and Batwoman. And this is the perfect time to do it. So there is no more, because the whole idea of Crisis on Infinite Earths is the Anti-Monitor is destroying the multiverse. It's destroying. Yeah. He's destroying all the Earths, and the Monitor is gathering all of Earth's best heroes. I would say mightiest heroes, but that's the Avengers.
Yes.
So he's gathering all of Earth's best heroes and bringing them all to Earth 1 in order to fight the Anti-Monitor. And so that's where I guess Black Lightning comes in. So that's pretty exciting. So I figured, you know what? I'm the type of person that if there's going to be a crossover, I want to be up to speed on the show that crosses over as well.
Even if Constantine, for example, we both watched that show, even though it's not technically part of the Arrowverse. I guess it is now. I mean, sort of. It is now. It got retconned into the universe, but as the same actor is now in the Arrowverse. But it was part of the DC universe, and we watched that because it was, it felt like it was a spiritual part of it.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, Aria and I watched Constantine when it was airing.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to go back and watch Constantine. I already knew his character, and I love the actor who plays him.
Yeah, it's a great character, and I know they did announce the other day that he will be continuing on as part of the Legends as well.
Good.
It would be fun if they brought Swamp Thing in as well. Now that he's not part of that, obviously part of that universe, but it would be fun to just sort of have like some cameos through all of the DC universe stuff.
The Crisis on Infinite Earth is turning out to be, it's going to be an epic show. Like it's going to be 5 episodes long, and I think it's just going to be so really, if you think about what this is, 5 episodes, that's going to be about an 8-hour story. It's becoming literally a mini series, right? It's 8 hours long. Infinity War and Endgame aren't even 8 hours long. So
no,
just I look at how many heroes they packed into that. Honestly, I feel like the CW is looking at Crisis as their Infinity War saga. Like, this is the culmination. This has become the culmination of the last 8 years of the Arrowverse. They're bringing everything and everybody they could possibly think to bring in, including franchises that aren't actually part of the Arrowverse.
Yeah, I like that they're bringing these things in. I would love to see them just go back and touch on like old stuff. Do you remember there was an Aquaman television show pilot that was shot?
Yeah, it was a spin-off of Smallville.
It was not actually spin-off. It was a separate entity.
It was because it was the same actor who played Aquaman in Smallville.
No, the actor played Green Arrow in Smallville. They brought that actor in as Green Arrow in Smallville.
Are you sure?
I am 100% positive.
Okay. I was under the impression that the Smallville Aquaman pilot was using the actor who played Curry in Smallville.
No, he did the Aquaman pilot first, and then they brought him, the same actor in. They brought him in and used him as Green Arrow in Smallville because there was no water in Smallville apparently.
Right. Okay. So no, I just looked it up. You're right. Justin Hartley was because he became Green Arrow in Smallville, and he was going to be Arthur Curry in the Aquaman. You're right. So I stand corrected. I honestly thought that because they did bring Arthur Curry into Smallville.
Yeah.
And I thought that actor was the one who was going to go off and be Aquaman.
Yeah, no, because I remember I watched the pilot, and it wasn't actually terrible.
So why did it? But it wasn't a Smallville at all. It wasn't.
No.
Okay, it wasn't related to Smallville.
No, but I did watch the pilot. It was not terrible. The first episode was not terrible. Ving Rhames was in it, if I recall correctly. But yeah, it never got picked up.
Well, interesting.
Yeah. Bring some of those things in.
I'd like to see them bring Justin Hartley into this as Green Arrow as well.
Yeah, that's true. They
right?
They're going to have multiple Supermans. Why not have multiple
Green Arrows?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they're talking to Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum, which is Smallville. So if they're going to bring Smallville, let's get Justin Hartley in here and as well as a cameo.
Yeah, I heard rumors that Diggle will potentially become a Lantern at the end of this.
Does that make sense?
Maybe. It depends. I mean, if this is the end of it, maybe the end of the series, he becomes a Lantern or something like that, but then they just don't continue on with the Lantern. And
I know, but would that not be unsatisfying if all of a sudden Diggle becomes Green Lantern and we never get to see it?
Well, yes. Well, I mean, we might get to see it still. I mean, it gives him the opportunity to continue on in like Legends, for example, as Green Lantern.
If Diggle moves to another show if this happens, and I haven't actually seen this rumor, but you're not the first one to mention that.
Yeah.
If Diggle moves to another show, like maybe Supergirl, then okay, great. You make him a Green Arrow, but move him to another show so that it's just like, oh, guess what? Diggle's a Green Arrow, but you're never going to see him ever again because Arrow's done. It's like, no, don't do that to me. Don't make him a Green Arrow and never bring him back. Move him to another show at least.
Yeah, I would say move him to another show, even potentially on another Earth if there are other Earths still left. Sort of thing, like a Supergirl, and that the Lantern character I think would work well in the Supergirl universe.
That's why I say it's Supergirl. Yeah, I think it would work better with Supergirl because of John Jones. Yeah. Because they've already got that interplanetary thing going on with Supergirl.
Yeah, and they may have a better effects budget because they're constantly having her shoot lasers and fly.
Right. So yeah. Anyway, going back, that was a really good continuation of the fact that I'm watching Black Lightning, but you know what? You and I both watched Black Lightning when it first aired.
The first episode,
episode.
I am one episode in.
And my wife and I both watched it. We were not impressed with Green Arrow after the first episode. It feels like a very, very different show. And the fact that it's not part of the Arrowverse, I'm like, okay, I don't feel like I need to watch it. But guess what? It's crossing over, so now I feel like I need to watch it.
Now you've watched a season now.
I have watched an entire season.
What are your thoughts on it? Is it worth watching? Does it stand up with the rest of the stuff? Is it below?
I'm still uncertain. It is not I'm not super pumped to watch the next episode each time. I'm watching it. It's interesting. But it is very, very different than anything in the Arrowverse. Very different. It feels more like a Netflix show. It feels like not Nick Cage, different Luke Cage. It feels like a Luke Cage show. It's very grounded in reality. It's very character oriented versus Enemy of the Week.
Yeah,
it's a long story, but it deals more with the people and the
community.
The community. It is a very.
I got the sense from that first episode. It was more of a and that's what
which is what
of Luke Cage really was too.
Exactly
defending his
his community, and that's exactly what this is. It is a community-based show, character-based show. I mean, that doesn't mean they're not bringing in, characters from the comics like the Tattoo Man or what's the Cyanide and I only know these because of the show now, right? But all these, and they still name drop. It's funny because a couple times they've name dropped both. They name dropped Supergirl twice, and they name dropped Vixen as well. But according to the producers, they only did that to have fun with the viewers. They weren't doing that to say, "Hey, we're part of the multiverse." Tico, he unplugged his.
Sorry, I plugged my headset. So
stop playing around with your headset. So they only name dropped them to play with the audience. They weren't saying, "Hey, we're part of the universe" by any means. So it was more like just a tease, not anything else. But of course, now that it's going to become part of the crossover, I want to catch up on it. So I'll probably be caught up. I'm into season 2 now. It's not. I don't feel like Black Lightning certainly isn't like The Flash. Like if I was watching The Flash season 1, I'd be like, every day, give me more episodes, right? But not so much with Black Lightning. I feel like I'm watching Luke Cage, so it's really dark and gritty, and but special effects are pretty good. It's still a superhero show, but not fun and campy like the Arrowverse has become.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Arrow was not really campy, but honestly, if I don't know the themes behind Batgirl yet, but I feel like Black Lightning would fit really good with Batwoman. Like because Batwoman, I think Gotham is always sort of dark and gritty.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like maybe Batwoman and Black Lightning would fit better together than like Legends. Like Legends and Black Lightning, there's no way they'd fit together at all.
Yeah, then it's like it's one of those things where it's like far too serious a tone with.
Even the Flash, The Flash wouldn't fit with Black Lightning either.
Yeah.
It's too upbeat and fun and airy. It's very much a comic book show. Black Lightning is less a comic book and more like, say, a graphic novel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably a perfect analogy for the difference between that.
Yeah. So, and I watched Men in Black International while I was here this week as well. So
yeah,
that was fun.
I've seen that as well. It was fun. It was I wasn't blown away by it or anything like that. It was not I didn't absolutely love it, but it was okay. It was fun.
It was a popcorn flick. I mean, I don't think it was as good as the other ones. Especially 1 and 2, I think. I don't know if 3 was all that great, but I enjoyed it. But I felt like there was no real climactic battle scene. Like it was just like it just happened. It's like, okay, that just happened, and now the movie's over. So I didn't feel like there was this big tense moment.
A lot of times these movies, they give you a sense of dread. The bad guys are going to win, and I never felt that there was any real challenge for our heroes, right? Like you never really felt like they could never put you in a spot where like the heroes are in real trouble.
I had the exact same thought for, do you remember Fifth Element?
Yeah.
I had the exact same thought with Fifth Element. I never felt that sense of impending doom with Fifth Element. Like they're all going crazy, the planet killer's coming, but it was just people talking. There was no evidence of it in the movie. Like I never felt like anyone was in danger. Yeah. And that was the same thing with Men in Black International. I never felt like there was an impending danger. Right? Nothing happened to say, "Hey, this danger is coming.
Yeah.
You should be afraid." So anyway, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was a good, 2-hour diversion.
when you're stuck in a hotel room in Indiana, then maybe you need that every once in a while.
Exactly.
So you had mentioned last week Backstrom.
Yes.
So I started watching that. It is, it's Dwight in a police procedural.
Dwight from The Office. Yes, it's Rainn Wilson's. It's something he did after The Office was done, where he's a private eye.
He's a cop. He's a police lieutenant.
Right.
In a special crimes a homicide division where it's basically again police procedural, where he is an extremely damaged not by the book individual, and he's not a nice person either. He's Dwight. No, he's literally a Dwight. He's like Dwight, but as a cop. Yeah. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. I mean, it's not really anything groundbreaker or anything like that, but it's a fun little distraction to. It was fun, but I absolutely understand why it only lasted one season. Yeah, like it did not bring anything new to the genre. No. At all. I mean, damaged cop working through his own stuff. I mean, it's basically the same thing as Lethal Weapon with Riggs, basically damaged guy going. Yeah. But Lethal Weapon was done way better. Lethal Weapon was actually fun to watch. Well, yeah, it's the same. It's the same template. Sure. Sort of thing. It is. Yeah. It's the same as all of them. Damaged cop or pretend psychic or whatever. Solves crimes on a regular basis, and it learns more about who they are every week. Sounds like you just described every cop show in the universe. Yeah. I'm still really enjoying it, and I mean, I think it's 12, 13 episodes. I'm on episode 11, so I'm almost finished the series. But yeah, I'm glad to know of it and to be watching it. It is fun. I also checked out a movie called Brightburn. Oh yes, this is the evil Superman kid. This is basically the evil Superman. So after watching the Boys, which is a show about what if superheroes were jerks. Basically, Brightburn is what if the Superman story had gone horribly awry? Superman lands on the planet and is raised by the Kents, basically, and does not turn out to be such a nice guy. Realizes he has powers and that he can do whatever the hell he wants. He essentially becomes Homelander in The Boys. Yeah, well, not even. He's not even attempting to be a hero. It's not like he's using his power. Like it's just this. Like he's developing his powers as a 12-year-old, realizing that he is way more powerful than his parents, and that nobody really can tell him what to do. And he basically goes around and, kills people, and just has a zero. Moral compass, basically. Like this is, and this is an alien. This is if Superman had arrived and decided, like, I don't need to listen to you guys. I got laser vision and I got the ability to punch through walls and do whatever the heck I want. Yeah. It is filmed and written as a horror movie. Okay. So it has that sort of horror vibe to it. A lot of like his attacks and stuff like that. It's not like wide out in the open where he puts on a mask and it's at nighttime, and it's sort of got that horror vibe to it. Really enjoyed it. Good. Really enjoyed it. It is fun. It really feels exactly that. Like if Superman was like just it did not earn the moral compass of humans through a good couple like the Kents, what would have happened with where he like if a couple of drunk hillbillies had raised him or something like that, like where would Superman have been if he did not have that humanity in him? Yeah, that's something I need to find and watch that. So that has looked interesting to me since the trailers came out last year for it. So yeah, I definitely want to watch that. So we've got just a few minutes left. All right. Which pieces of news are you most interested in here? Well, you finished watching The Boys this week, so we can discuss that The Boys has become the most watched show on Amazon Prime after just 2 weeks. Well deserved too. It is really well done. I've been finished it for a couple of weeks, and I was excited for you to get finished so we could discuss. And it was really well put together. It was fun.
It really was. And that and I'm not going to spoil it, but that ending was like whoa! And are you serious?
Yeah, I'm very glad that they're already picked up for a season 2. I believe they're actually already filming in Toronto for season 2.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed right away they're filming in Toronto because the Toronto City Hall is right, not City Hall, but it was what's that building? The bell-shaped building, isn't that? I can't think of the name of it, but that's the base of their tower is this bell building in Toronto, and it's very recognizable. I'm like, man, that's Toronto, but then they of course CGI'd this huge building on top of it, right? So it's like, so it's filmed in Toronto. Well, there you go. Lots of shows are filmed in Toronto these days. So many shows.
Toronto, I know that they often get a tax break to film in Canada.
Yeah.
So we do get a lot of stuff. Vancouver as well gets a lot of television for that reason.
Well, The Umbrella Academy was filmed in Hamilton.
Yeah.
Handmaid's Tale is filmed in Hamilton, Cambridge, and Toronto.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff even around us being filmed now.
Yeah. Schitt's Creek is just up your way a bit.
Oh, is it really?
Yep. Yep. I can't remember the exact name of the town that's filmed it, but I think it's just north of you a little bit there.
Interesting. Okay. Well, that's done now, I think.
They have, they finished. Yeah, they finished now, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, well, there's quite a bit coming. Disney has killed off a ton of Fox's in production, in development movies.
So things that are like already filming, or
not stuff that is. I don't believe it's anything that's already started filming, but stuff that was in development. So script in the process of having scripts done, potentially in the process of having casting done. Stuff that's been announced, like there was the Play-Doh movie.
I guess it kind of makes sense that they do that because they just need to listen. This is all our property now. We need to sit down and figure out what's going on. So let's put a line in the sand. Yeah. And anything that isn't already filmed or isn't halfway through filming.
Yeah, like we don't have enough money already into this. Let's stop. And I guess they're going to reevaluate a lot of it. Like
exactly.
This is like McLean, which is the I believe the Die Hard. It's either sequel with his kid or prequel with him as a kid or something like that. That was done. The Mega Man movie, the Magic the Gathering movie, the Play-Doh movie have now been cut from their in development thing, and they'll have to get reevaluated as to whether or not they will continue with those.
Well, because they need to reevaluate as well as schedule it, right? Because Disney already has a plate of films they're working on. Right over the next couple of years, they need to they can't just take all this and dump it in and hope it fits. Like it's just like no, let's see what fits. Let's see what we can do. Let's add these things to the schedule as we go.
Well, and particularly since a lot of the Fox properties lost money.
True.
Chief among them being Dark Phoenix, which I believe lost $135 million.
So I'm wondering if that is going to affect the New Mutants movie.
Well, New Mutants movie is already filmed.
I know it was filmed 2 years ago.
Yeah, so it's already filmed. They've already gone through their reshoots, and it now has. I know it's been pushed back again, but I don't believe it'll still release at this point. They've spent the money, they've filmed it, and they've put it out. But I think that it'll be very interesting to see which window they put it out in because they're going to want to.
Well, they want it to make money. They need to make money off of it, right?
Yeah. I'm interested in that it is. I think that they need to probably push that into sort of a fall release because it is a horror movie.
Although, if you think about it, New Mutants is 100% profit for Disney.
Yeah, because it's already done.
It's already done. Fox paid for it. They paid for Fox, sure, but the movie itself is going to be profit for Disney.
Well, technically, no, because there will be the marketing campaigns and stuff like that will cost.
But the marketing campaign isn't going to cost what the movie cost, right? So
yes, but they still need to make more. Like if they spend,
they need to make more than their marketing budget.
$30 million on marketing, and the movie makes $25 million, and you lose.
But think about it. Do you still need marketing for a movie that everyone's anxious to see?
Yes.
We've been waiting for this movie.
Yes,
for 2
you do,
years.
and I will tell you why. Because I have worked in marketing, and I certainly don't want people to ever think that you don't need marketing.
Fair enough.
But this is a movie that they need to release at the right schedule against the right movies. It is a horror movie. I think it needs to be sort of a fall release, a superhero Halloween movie, so to speak.
I think it's already got a date. I think it has a date set though for next year. I just can't remember what it is.
It had a date and it just got pushed back again.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's now April of next year, April 2020 now.
All right, whatever.
So
well
eventually.
then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna push back our show and that'll be it for this week.
Okay, fine. Then we'll just call it a day. We'll
just
call it a day. I have to read all
day.
this stuff. It's all my stuff now.
It's all your stuff.
Algorithms. All right, you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Second Place. Follow the show on Twitter at the OMG Hour. Check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/OMG Nexus. And like, subscribe, and comment.
Of course, I am Ziantane everywhere, and that is XIANTAYNE. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for watching. And Tico, thanks for getting your video working.
Hey, it's partially working.
It's working quite well right now. So
perfect for the end of the show.
For the end, yeah. For the last half of the show, you were good. Right after we finished Lone Wolf, you were back to normal.
What we're gonna do. What we'll do it next week is we'll end the show first and then go, and then my video.
And then your video will be just great. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be back again next week.
Bye, guys.
This has been an OMGNexus.com production.